Talking about flashlights here today. It's Tim from Everyday Tactical Vids. Thanks as always for checking out our videos. Today, as you can see, we're looking at a product from ThruNite. This is the T10S. This is the stainless steel version. There's also a black version as well. And if you've been watching videos on YouTube, different gear reviewers, outdoor channels and such, you'll see that ThruNite is just pumping product into the market because they want people to learn about them. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not good. So far, I've been quite impressed with the ThruNite products that I've seen. So sometimes you got a company that just sends you stuff and they're like, hey man, can you promote this? They send it to a ton of different people and it's just junk. That is not the case with ThruNite. I've been pretty impressed so far. Is this the greatest light, or do they make the greatest lights on the planet? I don't think so. Do they make a very good light for the price point? I actually do think so. And this one I think falls into that category as well. It's going to run you between $25 and about $40 depending on where you pick it up. As always, I like the way they package the light here. Just it says something to me that they actually care about their product when they send it out, and not just one piece of bubble wrap in a box that's falling apart. So when you open this up, you get your information in there, pocket clip, O-rings, little hex wrench, and the bolts to attach it to the light. And then you get your light, and then you get this little cone, and we'll talk about that in a second. Here's what the light looks like. Let's clear this stuff out. Here's what the light looks like. All stainless steel. There's your push button on the end. There's your bezel end. Let me get this in the camera. There we go. Bezel end. Pretty low frills when you actually look at the flashlight, but you're going to see that it actually does quite a decent job for this size light. A couple other pieces of information before I show you what the light looks like in use. I have attached the pocket clip, very easy to do. I will tell you this, that if you don't have the pocket clip on and this thing starts to roll, it's going to go. So, there's no texture here that's going to keep it from rolling. Even this texturing up here at the front end is not going to keep it from rolling. Just something to keep in mind. It's not built to be a tactical flashlight with some of those extra features, but still, I think a handsome light nonetheless. Your size end to end, 93.5 millimeters and 19 millimeters is your diameter. And then we'll take the tape measure out here. You're looking about just a tiny bit over 3.5. And as far as your diameter, just a tiny bit less than about 3/4. So there's some of that information. Last thing I'll mention is this: when it comes to your output, the paperwork I got here says max output 169 lumens. When I looked on Amazon just to dig a little bit on information about this light, it says it has 3 different settings. It says it has a setting of 208, which is high, your low setting of 13, and then your firefly of 0.15. And this does have the 3 settings. I'll show you quickly here. There's your firefly, you can barely see that. There's your medium, 13, and your high at 208. So I'm glad it's that option and not just one option. But this is again the, let me give the proper number, T10S. It's the T10S, S for stainless steel. That does have 3 different settings, 208, 13, and 0.15. All right, let's show you what the light looks like in use. All right, so we're here in my kitchen. And if you look off in the distance there, about 12 feet away, there's that little flickering red light. That's just our baby monitor to give you a sense of it's a very small red flickering light. Let me show you what the flashlight looks like in use now. Here's our highest setting. So as I aim this the direction that the camera's looking, you can definitely see quite well looking around the kitchen. And I can absolutely, I can see basically the entire kitchen. Behind me is a little bit darker, but I can see the entire kitchen on the highest setting, 208 lumens. This is the lowest setting, and basically you can't see anything in the camera. And I'll put my hand right here in front, and you can barely see my hand, 0.15 lumens. Again, this is good if you have to read something up close and you don't want to ruin your night vision. And then I'll show you the 13 lumen setting. You can definitely see around the kitchen, still decently, but not nearly as good, obviously, as the 208 lumen setting. All right, let's try this outside now. Okay, we're outside now, and what we're looking at is on my front porch. We're looking at a chair that's about 8 feet away, and this is on the 208 lumen setting. Obviously, you can see that quite well. There's windows, there's the edge of the porch, and then looking out into the 6 feet of snow that we have here in New Hampshire right now. Okay, here's one of the beams right in front of me. This is on the firefly setting, so basically you can't see it through the camera, but I can see it, decently, definitely not great. And then this is on the middle setting, which is 13 lumens. So that's what that looks like. And then back over here to the chair. I would definitely say on the 13 lumen setting, I could walk around and I could see about 10 feet in front of me pretty easily if I shine the light, you know, like at a 45-degree angle. Definitely on the highest setting, I've got a good probably 20-foot circle of light out in front of me, so I can see quite well with that. Okay, here's one final shot. I got this on the highest setting, and I'm looking at the fence over there in my yard, all the snow, and now I'm looking over at the shed there in the backyard, and I can see that quite clearly. I mean, I can see the roof, I can see the windows, the door. I've even got my grill out in front of the shed right there. A little bit harder to pick up on camera, but with the human eye I can see that quite clearly. And you know, if I had to look out to the shed to see if something or someone was out there, I would be happy to use this light at about 50 feet. I can see everything quite clearly. So here's what it looks like to actually put that little extension cap on. That certainly does spread the light out and around. I'm in my kitchen. Again, this is on the highest setting, and I can absolutely see every side of the kitchen at this point. My kitchen is about 10 feet across and about 20 feet long. So it does definitely spread the light out, as opposed to if you take this off, you got this just pointing straight up. Because the ceiling is white, it does reflect off the ceiling and still give me some decent light, but not as much as when I have this little cap on. And to put this cap on, it's very simple to do. Just friction. You slide this down like this, and it stays in place like that. Alright, let me offer a couple conclusions about the ThruNite T10S. I would say in general, when people are looking for a light around this size, one of the top options they're going to go to is the Streamlight MicroStream. Also a good light, about half the price, but you're going to get 28 lumens out of the MicroStream versus 3 different options with this one up to over 200 lumens. So something you got to consider. You're going to pay more, you get more options. Again, this does come in a black, and this also comes in this stainless steel. I like this one. I think it's just kind of a classy looking light for you know, just everyday carry. As far as this little cap that you get with it, I could basically take it or leave it. I could see some use for it. I think some people will like it, other people won't, but that's just it. It's going to be a preference thing. Overall, I like a black flashlight, just my preference, but having used this as an EDC and having just kind of carried it for a while, the stainless steel appeals to me more, having carried the T10S for a bit. So, you know, if you're a person who definitely likes a stainless steel light, this could be a good one for you. If you want something black, there is that option in basically this exact same model. I would encourage you to check out the ThruNite website. There's some links below if you want to find out more about their products, and this one in particular. And then check out some other reviews on the different ThruNite lights that are out there on YouTube. See what other people have to say. Overall, right now, quite impressed with ThruNite and liking the products that I've gotten a hold of from them. So check them out, ThruNite. Interesting and I think quite nicely made flashlights. Thanks as always for checking out our videos. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids here on YouTube. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram and Tumblr as well. Take care.